Oh yeah.
Smile, you're on candid camera. Smile, you're on candid camera.
Push on.
One car, one in your car. Grandad, one in your car.
Bexley Drive. Yeah, what have they done?
Wow,
What have they
it's
done?
Ollie's new car.
A
I
1952
thought
Bentley.
you thought you meant it.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Bentley.
What's it, 1950s?
52.
I'll take Granad gets it as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready? Yeah.
Waving like the Queen runs.
Let's have one more. We didn't have to get your face in that one, so I'll go on close up. Where's that one? Not a Prince Philip, Grandad. I'm getting in here, I think.
Yes, I think I'm.
Dad, would you like another glass of wine?
That's my glove. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
I think I can start the alcohol now.
Which one this? Is yours then?
Yes.
Start?
Are you rolling?
Did I do it
Ian?
in Grendel?
Yeah.
Are we getting
Did you?
Grendel?
Yes.
Valerie? You said a step, John Skeppen and stuff.
I think half an hour of them on the swing is enough, isn't it?
Cameras are rolling.
I'm just waiting for something to happen to go on to
You've been framed.
keep in framed. Yeah.
I think the best video we've got is the three of them at Christmas when they were a lot younger. And they're all opening their presents really nice.
Good.
His eyes look ever so pretty as he was
You're coming next to our boyfriend now, aren't you?
There seems to be a table with no chairs. Yes. Are we?
No, you've got to come. Oh, okay. No. No, she can go.
We're the VIP table, apparently.
This is where the dips are. Can you?
Throw things.
No, we've lost Tony. Tony, we've lost you.
I don't mind. No, Mary, not Mrs.
So we're going to do this, but just
Oh,
us.
old family.
Yes.
Without possible sex.
Yes. Oh, it's lovely to see.
Yes. Yes. No, it's lovely.
Lisa, where are you going?
We're not here. I had miscalculation somewhere.
Why are you going in the 1 and 9?
No, I'm in the middle, sis. I'm in the
Nothing,
middle.
the others are in the
You're the
6
two nines. I'm in the two yes, this is adult.
We were going to put them in
Next
the chair.
generation, followed by the next generation. Look at that. You are amazing. Look at this. So what's she there? 60?
Yes. This is so big a table.
Right, so just before we all sorry. It's not supposed to be so. It's just dig it.
Everybody sits
I'll miss out on that, thank you.
They're all away, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh, I
So what are you going to do? Give me use the glass I've already got.
Sorry?
It is, isn't it? Yes. Or even in our garden. Yeah, why?
Yes. Red. They've got two colours. Red. No, I think that's one. She's the dog.
You really got. Well, that's a spare one.
I'm going to have to take the table in two halves. Dad, would you like to look up?
Hold it like that, darling.
I'm singing from another side of the family.
You must cut it together.
Yeah. You haven't. Let's cut it together, Mum.
Under the stairs.
Congratulations on your golden wedding.
Yes. Miss Royce, yes, you need
He's right behind you. Get on with it then.
I've got a knife. He's doing to gnaw that
He's
knife.
got the
Bring
knife.
it down again.
Lovely.
Oh, how lovely.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Is that icing?
Yes, that's a
That's just to
so
keep
you
us
keep-
That's the souvenir. You don't need that bit.
Did.
whatever.
That's something with the light, you know, like
The light of the moon.
Yeah, so hold the knife together.
We've got to do a wedding.
Yes, you've got
Come in a bit, Roy. Come in a bit, Roy.
Oh, I love
Come in a
it.
bit.
You've got that candle, that's all
Never
you'll
mind
get.
about the candle. You come in a bit.
Hold it as well.
Right, look.
Right, okay.
Smile. Smile. Boom.
Wow.
You nearly had my
Could she have her finger back now, please?
Come on, woman, get on with it. One more retake, come on. Do it again.
What?
Well, I'm sorry, old woman.
Give her the ribbon. She wants to eat it.
I've got to get us, I've got to film this.
You've been framed. Dad, this is going to be 500 quid worth of steak.
I think so. I'm going to retire on this one. Just want to try and get his face.
She's got her finger on it. It's funny, Mum, you know that.
That was coming.
Photo in the cake. You've got that same.
It's a boy!
I heard about it somehow.
He ran off.
Running out of tape.
Shake it.
You don't want to.
That can't be done. Dad!
Twist it. Give it a shake. Give it a shake.
Give it a shake.
Give it a shake.
Give it a shake.
Everyone's saying, give it
Shake it.
Shake.
Shake it. Yeah.
Well, that didn't work.
Still can't get the lid.
Oh, God, it's pointing at you, Gemma.
What are you pointing at me?
It's out in this garden.
Dad!
Lose his eye.
Spray it.
Oh, yeah, it's coming now, it's coming.
I wouldn't get as close as that, Lisa, if I were you.
What's he going to do?
Well, he thinks he knows.
Oh, yeah, here it is. No, it's not.
It's coming.
Shake it again. Go on.
No, it's coming. Give me 5 minutes.
Jack, you're not warm enough, are you?
Yeah?
Here it comes.
There it is.
to give you comfort. And I think the key thing for us is we're obviously struggling because of the lack of a telecom infrastructure, and it's something we need to get solved quickly.
And the way that we would address that is described in our proposal.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay.
Within the proposal, there are one or two optional extras which you could consider if you wish to. For example, you may need additional answering phone systems. You may even want to consider this may be an option more for the future than now, but you may want to consider a queue call waiting system.
Right, okay.
So that's all detailed in the written proposal, and if you wish to discuss anything further, please give any of us a call.
Okay, and are those options costed?
Yes, the costs are in the proposal.
And how long are those costings valid for?
They're valid for 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah. But obviously, timescales, you know, if you want a system in within a week, then the sooner we get the order, the sooner we get it in.
Yeah, I was just thinking more of our projected expansion costs.
Oh, sorry, yes, okay. Well, obviously, all costs in the future are subject to amendment depending on, you know, business requirements and costs at the time. It's mainly dependent on the cost of the equipment from our suppliers.
Okay.
And that can obviously fluctuate depending on exchange rates and so on. But we wouldn't expect major fluctuations over the next year or so anyway.
Okay.
Right. So are we in a position to conclude the meeting today?
I think we are.
It's been
Okay.
useful meeting. I think it's been very good.
Okay.
Very useful.
Great.
Thank you very much. Thank you for good doing business with you.
Okay.
Thanks. Hope to hear from you soon.
Okay.
Lovely.
Okay. Looking forward to hearing from you again.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Cheers.
What do you think?
Oh, sorry, you said to
Oh, no,
at
about
the
the
end.
order, just the impression that's all.
Yeah, I thought they were fairly good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly covered all the most of the basics. Certainly had thoughts of responses as well in advance. So yeah.
Okay.
Come in.
Oh, morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Morning.
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 Jeff Brown. Chris Smith. Mark Hines.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Mark.
Good morning.
Right. Well, we've come to outline our deliberations on your proposal and your requirements with our proposal, and what we'd like to do is for Chris to go through the scheme we've proposed, to get some feedback from yourselves on whether it meets your requirements, and if it doesn't, how we can amend it here and now, and then we'll see how we can proceed.
Okay.
Okay, if I could just talk through the scheme we're proposing, which we believe will cover your existing requirements and allow for some future expansion, which you discussed at our previous meeting.
Okay.
What we're proposing is that we put in 7 lines, which would be effectively 1 dedicated line for the sales and marketing manager, recognising your high telephone usage, 2 for your further 4 existing staff, 1 dedicated line for fax, 1 dedicated line for computer, and 2 lines to allow for future expansion. Now, with those 7 lines, you'd have 11 separate extensions, 1 for yourself, 4 for your existing staff, which would allow them 50% usage, 1 for a fax, 1 for a computer, and then 4 further extensions to allow for future expansion, again allowing them up to 50% usage.
Okay.
Does that sort of interest you at all?
That certainly meets our current requirements. In terms of expansion, how would we expand the system?
Well, what we're proposing is that we put in some, we make some allowance now for future expansion because it's much more economical and less disruption to your business to do it now.
Okay. Did you have any ideas of how much scope for expansion you're going to provide us?
At the moment, the proposal has 4 separate extensions that would initially be there
Right.
for any new staff that you would take on.
Okay.
So that would allow you, in a sense, to almost double the number of staff you have.
Right.
Which is what you said in line with your business plan.
And provide your current requirements plus a fax and a PC. So the
Right.
4 lines would be additional.
Okay. In terms of adding extra lines to the system, is there what scope is there for expansion in that area?
Do you mean at some time in the future adding extra lines?
Yes.
Well, that would be feasible. Yes, I mean that would be the subject of a further contract if you wanted to go that way.
Okay.
But at the moment, there's an additional lines are proposed, and that gives the extra scope for the 4 extensions.
Right.
So you wouldn't need to fit any more additional lines unless you wanted unless you recruited more than 4 staff.
Right. Okay.
But is there room for expansion in the future? I think my colleague was asking.
Yes, I think so. There isn't a limit on what we could put in for you.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all a matter of balancing the economics with what you've got now, this is a tremendous improvement from what you've got now, should be of enormous benefit to you, and then you can review it year on year or within 2 years if you grow faster than you think, or than your projections.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the tricky question of cost. Are you going to?
Well, Chris has the price that for the proposal of 7 lines.
Yeah, the overall price, as indicated here, would be 2,600. And on top of that, there's a yearly maintenance, which is £220 per year.
Right.
And that, as we said in our previous meeting, gives you 24-hour coverage.
Right.
For any problems that arise.
Okay.
Is that for the whole system?
Yes, that's for the whole system.
And what else does that include?
That includes periodic maintenance of the system, as I say. If you suffer any breakdowns, we've got this call-out service.
Within 24 hours.
Right.
And what is your guaranteed response time?
But we are meeting that. We continually monitor that at the moment in-house, and we have a 100% track record at meeting that.
So response time of
It's
24 hours.
guaranteed to be within 24 hours.
Right. Okay.
And your yearly maintenance, is that includes parts and labour? Or?
That's just a labour charge.
Just labour charge. Okay.
Your 24-hour response rate. You're meeting that with you're saying you're meeting that with 100%. What is the average figure for a response?
The average figure is within what you might call 1 working day, which is within about 8 hours.
Right. Okay.
And do you resource that in-house? Or
Yes, that's not outsourced.
That's all resourced.
Yeah. Now, you did ask before about which other companies we deal with. We've listed 3 or 4 there. If you want any further information, we'll be happy to supply it.
Okay.
How do you feel about the price we've quoted? Is that consistent with what you'd budgeted for?
That's within the budget that we.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so gentlemen, now that you've got this on the table, have you got any sort of questions from ourselves before we ask you 1 or 2 more?
If we were to go ahead, how long would it take for the proposal you have presented to us to be turned into a system we could work with?
I think we would aim to try and fit these within 1 working day. That would be 1 working day's disruption to you, so we would need to do some advanced work reserving the lines with BT and such like, so that we know they're available, so we can come in on just 1 working day. We could make that the weekend if you really need it, and do it that way.
Okay. And how long would it take? What kind of lead-in time would you need for that?
Normally, not long, certainly within a week, although sometimes BT do run us around for a few weeks, up to 3 weeks at the worst.
Right. Okay.
But more often than not, within a week.
Right.
So there's an outside chance it would be up to 3 weeks, but we would try and reserve those lines before agreeing a date with you.
As soon as you give us the okay to go ahead, we will contact BT and get priority on the installation of these lines.
Okay.
Right.
So where do we go from here?
Well, I think we need to look at the written proposal in some detail, and then I think Chris and I will probably
we need to
make some decisions based on.
And when can we expect to hear from you?
Well, within 24 hours, we as you know, been also talking to StarTAC, and we said to them within 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing for us is speed is of the essence, really. We're running with a system which doesn't support the business as we stand. It's something we need resolving.
Is there anything that we haven't covered that they have covered that you want us to elaborate upon now?
I don't think so. I think you've covered most of the information that we would require.
So certainly if you need any clarifications of any sort, do contact us, and we'll try and resolve those as best we can.
Contact details are at the bottom of the proposal. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks, Brian. Cheers.
Cheers, Mark.
Thanks.
What do you think?
A lot more detail.
More detail on the proposal. I thought, in a way, they, when we talked about timescales, the fact that they raised the spectre of the 3-week delay would be something that would probably put me off.
Yes. Weren't the maintenance required several questions to get that, but which is fair enough.
Yeah.
The detail. I did wonder whether there was too much time on the detail.
Yes.
The closure was quite quick. I was expecting a little more to push us a little more on the question of can we make a decision now?
There was none of that. I mean, there was very little of that, wasn't there? The other group were much better at that. They were kind of shoving us along, I thought, a bit.
No, I think.
Who would you have gone for?
I think the first one.
Yeah, I probably would have gone.
Better price, better spec.
They just seemed more confident about that they would deliver, I thought.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think that probably would clinch it.
Okay, well done.
Okay, is that okay?
Ugly mug. Quick release wheels, which I'm going to nick now. Shimano herbs. Look at them Shimano herbs. Sexy. Look the quick release. Go on, look at those lovely Fila shoes. And these are my Vans, which you may have seen earlier.
There's lovely specialised
Kicking the camera. That's getting a bit boring now. Come on, do some tricks, guys.
Okay, I'll go over the ramp, Ollie.
Okie dokie. The time is 9:30. Alex coming over the ramp.
Oh!
Ah, Greg killed the ramp. Greg, leave the ramp alone. I haven't done anything to harm you. It's me again. Hello.
It's 10 o'clock at night here.
No, it's not, it's light.
And we're in the big countryside land.
Greg, you gonna jump the ramp? Can I have a go on the ramp now, guys? Somebody else. Alex, can you camera it now?
What?
Can you camera it now or film it? Woo! S756 TCF.
5:40. I've got to go in 2 minutes, so I might as well take the last few minutes of the camera action.
Handing over to Alex. Going back up.
Oh, I didn't realise that. It's really annoying, isn't it?
Get close to one of these vans.
You have to die.
I can't see you, Greg. I can't see you. Rah.
Come on, Greg, show your skills.
Let's see the car there. He's our Braunston learner person who teaches.
Spice up this video now with some beautiful tricks. And one trick is to use trash to run.
Boom! now Ollie will get his automatic pistol out and shoot him in the face.
You got that one right. Is my good or what?
Let's get a picture of Ollie's butt. Quite a nice one there.
Blue t-shirt. Alex is gay.
Yeah, Alex's parents. Alex, I've just admitted to you gay.
Yeah, I'm gay, man. That's cool, kids are gay. What am I meant to be looking at it? And Greg's gay with his rally Max, man. He just kicked me. Oh!
Guys, this is not funny, guys.
Where's your face?
Time Greg cocks it up.
Give us a show of your fox cap, Ollie. Where is it? Woohoo! Top of the range.
In a bit.
Go away.
I'm not looking at you. Looking at every car's number plate.
Not funny, Anna.
There's Ollie's 35 grand Beamer. Very nice, I have to admit.
You don't have to say that on TV.
Okay, there's Ollie's 2 grand Beamer. Very nice, I have to admit.
Okay, Ollie's 25p Beamer. I'm proud of it.
There's Ollie. He's learnt how to drive it as well. Inside my cap, you might see some lovely sweat and some hair particles.
I learned that in
chemistry, I did.
I've already taken shown pictures of that thing.
Have you done the number plates?
I've read out every single number plate of your car. Do Tom's one. Yeah, I got the.
Let's see Tom's copied rally of everybody else who's got rallies. I've got both of you in the frame.
Here we go. You ready for some skills?
Both go, quickly, go, 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 Greg. And it's Ollie on the run. Beautiful skill. He jumps. He scores a point. What a beautiful run. 9 out of 10. Trouble is, he didn't do his famous backflip. Whoa! And he's
If Greg rips that ramp once, man, we can kill it.
bad filming then by me. I've trashed it up. But it doesn't matter.
This is a suicide note from Greg here. He's been killed.
Well, how come he's there just about to go over the ramp then?
How was mine for 10 out of 10, man? That's good.
2.5. 8 or 2.5. It's up to
Do
you.
you agree that this video can compete with Sprung 4?
Nah, easily. It can be Sprung 6 as well.
When's that going to be out?
About 2 years.
Don't be scared.
Okay.
Don't worry.
From 12 to 10, for example, you'd be going down by £240 for each one. If you went down to 8, another 240, and of course you'd avoid the maintenance fees on that.
Okay, but 3,914 includes 5 extensions.
That's for 5 extensions, and that covers your first year's maintenance charge on those 5 extensions, and it covers the cost of your 2 dedicated internet lines and all the connection charges.
Did you say it covered the maintenance for the first year, or is that on top?
It would cover the maintenance for the first year.
Okay, there doesn't actually seem to be much scope for a reduction in price on the 5 lines, because that's probably what 5 extensions, because that's probably what we need anyway.
But the
So-
240 was for the 12 additional.
It's for reducing the
12.
potential.
Yeah, I don't think we
number of
need 12. I don't think
extensions.
we have the office space for
No.
12 people.
Well, we weren't sure. We saw you had the fields out the back. We thought you might be intending to put some porter cabins out there in due course. Because
Well, that's
software
possible.
business is obviously buoyant business. You're a profitable, buoyant company. And, we were really working on the basis that you wouldn't want the bother of putting in new additional lines at a later stage. It's a hassle when you've got your business up and running. But we'd be happy to reduce that by £240 for every 2 extensions you wanted to knock off.
Okay.
What would you feel would be the optimum number?
Do you think 8 extensions?
I think to start with, we only want 5
Yeah,
extensions.
but with the possible up to 8.
Oh, with the 8.
You need the potential of going up to
potential
8.
of increasing from that.
So that
with the internet lines, we need those.
right.
Yeah.
So we can knock that down by about £500.
Yeah.
So
If you
that would
had
bring
6
us down to-
lines, 8 extensions, that would come to £3,434.
I think we'd say around 3,400.
Okay,
Great, I think that gives us enough information, doesn't it?
I think so.
Good.
If I could
Well,
give
if
you
we
that
can,
Oh, right,
if we
thank
can
you.
be of any further help while you're making your deliberations, if there are any further questions that come to mind, you have our cards. Don't hesitate to give us a call. When might we expect to hear from you?
Oh, I think it'll be within
Couple
the
of
next 10 minutes or so.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll be by the phone. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Thanks, Ken. Nice to see you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye again.
Right,
Oh, we have to sit down and decide, do we?
into a huddle and decide.
Well, Teletech were significantly more expensive.
They were. Did
They-
tend to come back on more. What am I trying to say? They did tend to follow the spec a bit closer.
Yes.
Neither of them came back with the thing that I asked for, which was the information to come up on the screen about the company.
They did mention it though, didn't they?
They just came up with caller ID,
Ah.
which is somewhat less. However, I might not have explained it that well.
Do we actually get the telephones in this? Teletech.
So,
We do, don't we?
yes, I think everything was included.
But it wasn't in the other one. The other one
I'm
wasn't
a little bit
as
hazy
clear,
about what
was it?
exactly we were offered there.
Yeah.
I think the Teletech presentation was the better of the two.
Yes.
So,
I think.
and they're both within budget, so that's not really too much of a consideration. So, my vote would be for that.
Yes, I
Teletech.
agree. A far more professional organisation.
Right, finished. Yes.
So, okay. And maybe a spare line as well, so you're potentially looking for 4 phone lines.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
obviously you can weigh up the pros and cons if when we come back you're looking for saving some costs. You can have up to 3 or 4 extensions on each of the phone lines. Obviously the good reason for having extra phone lines is that it's an extra route in for everybody from the outside.
So that's extra lines rather than extra extensions.
Yeah, that's right. Because the line is the major capital cost.
Right.
Excuse me, Chris, there's a customer come back actually with a cheque, needs to see both of you.
Oh, right. Thanks very much. Well, that's obviously something we have to attend to, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to leave you now, but thanks very much for your
Okay,
time
thank
coming
you.
on to see us today.
Okay.
What we'll do then is we'll put together a package of options for you for the system that you've agreed, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Brilliant.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
All right. Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Chris.
Brian.
Alex.
Bye.
Thanks. Cheers.
You know your way out. Now we've got a different story there.
Yeah, definitely.
Rob the vet can't get hold of him. Couldn't get my cat booked in at all.
Really? Who else have we got on here?
Horace
Rumbold
Rumbold
Partners.
Now, this maintenance service, there's all this maintenance
Yeah,
thing. You see,
that was
I
interesting.
don't need maintenance apparently.
But they at least say they do their own maintenance, which is a different setup to the other company that we spoke to
Yeah,
before.
absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
What else can we say about them? Really, it's obviously quite organised with getting these references.
Yeah, look, increased sales by 50%.
Who was that then?
That's Harry Smith's car